Signs of healthy aging. Most people ignore. What if the biggest signs you're aging beautifully have nothing to do with what you see in the mirror? What if the truest signs of a life well lived and a long, healthy future are completely invisible? We spend so much time and energy worrying about the lines around our eyes or the silver in our hair. But real wisdom, backed by science, is telling a completely different story. It's pointing to a set of deep, quiet habits that are the real predictors of a long, happy, and vibrant life. From the moment we're old enough to get it, we're bombarded with messages about getting older. We're taught to fear it, fight it, and cover it up at all costs. The multi-billion-dollar anti-aging industry is built on this idea that aging is a problem to be solved. This story is almost always about the physical, the external, the things we can see. It tells us that aging well means looking young, but that perspective is incredibly narrow, and honestly, it's a little depressing. It's like judging the strength of a house by its fresh coat of paint, while completely ignoring the solid foundation holding it all up. The most powerful clues that you are on the right track, building a life of resilience and joy, aren't found on your skin. They're found in your mind and your spirit. And these are the signs that most people, in their panic about the physical, totally ignore. Today, we're pulling back the curtain on what it truly means to age well. We're not talking about expensive creams or tough workout plans. We're talking about the invisible architecture of a well-lived life. We're going to reveal the 8 subtle mental and emotional habits that are the true signs of healthy aging. These are the traits that research shows are deeply connected to a long life, a sharp mind, and genuine happiness. So if you've ever worried that you're not aging gracefully, this one's for you. Prepare to see aging not as a decline, but as a journey into a richer, more meaningful life. You practice forgiveness, especially with yourself. The first sign you're aging in a profoundly healthy way is that you've learned how to forgive. This isn't about big dramatic gestures. It's about the quiet daily practice of letting go, of grudges against others, and maybe, most importantly, of grudges against yourself. Think about it. Over a lifetime, we collect hurts. Betrayals, disappointments, and slights can stack up like stones in a backpack we carry around. When we're younger, we might carry that bag with a sense of righteous anger. But as we mature, we realize that weight isn't punishing anyone else. It's just exhausting us. Holding on to anger and resentment is a form of chronic stress. It's like keeping your body's internal alarm system blaring 24/7. That's not just a metaphor, it's a biological fact. According to Johns Hopkins Medicine, this state of chronic anger leads to real changes in your heart rate, blood pressure, and immune system. Over time, this constant internal battle raises the risk for heart disease, diabetes, and depression. When you choose to forgive, you are consciously deciding to silence that alarm. It's an active choice to put that heavy bag down, whether the other person deserves it or not. Forgiveness literally calms you down. Studies have found that forgiving can lead to incredible health rewards, like a lower risk of a heart attack, better cholesterol levels, improved sleep, and less physical pain. It's also tied directly to lower levels of anxiety and depression. In essence, forgiving isn't a gift you give to someone else. It's a gift of peace and health you give to yourself. And this connection between forgiveness and health seems to get even stronger as we get older. Research from the University of Michigan found that adults 45 and over who were more forgiving of others also reported being in better mental and physical shape. This journey also means turning that compassion inward. Healthy aging involves having a sense of grace for your own past mistakes. It's about looking at a younger version of yourself not with judgment, but with empathy. This self-forgiveness is freeing. It releases you from the grip of regret and lets you move forward with peace. So if you find yourself more able to let go of old hurts, and you can look at your own past without wincing, you are showing one of the most powerful signs of healthy aging. You are conscientious. The second invisible sign of healthy aging is a personality trait that might surprise you. You're conscientious. This isn't about being uptight or rigid. Think of it like being the patient, steady captain of your own ship. Being conscientious is really about being diligent, responsible, and having the self-discipline to navigate toward your goals, day in and day out. It's that quiet inner voice that prompts you to take the stairs, pay the bills on time, or stick with a tough task until it's done. It might seem a little boring, but research shows that conscientiousness is one of the most powerful personality traits when it comes to your health and how long you live. The evidence is pretty clear. One major 10-year study found that being conscientious significantly predicted a lower risk of dying, even after accounting for things like age and existing health problems. So, why is this trait so protective? It all comes down to behavior. Conscientious people aren't just magically healthier. They actively build their own health through their daily habits. They're more likely to exercise, eat well, and get regular checkups. On the flip side, they are way less likely to engage in risky behaviors like smoking or heavy drinking. They don't just know what's good for them, they actually have the follow-through to do it. This trait is like a lifelong form of preventive medicine. It's the daily maintenance that keeps the ship of your health from falling into disrepair. This looks like a person who takes a proactive, responsible approach to their own life. You don't wait for a crisis to start taking care of yourself. You see your health as a long-term project. You're the person who methodically tracks your meds or schedules that colonoscopy without being reminded. This isn't about being anxious. It's about dutiful self-care. Interestingly, people often become more conscientious as they get older. It seems to be a trait that matures with us. So if you find yourself becoming more organized and reliable over the years, don't just write it off as getting boring. Recognize it for what it is, a powerful internal compass guiding you toward a longer, healthier life. You have a strong sense of purpose. The third profound sign you're aging well is that you have a why. You have a sense of purpose. This doesn't mean you have to be saving the world. A sense of purpose is simply having a reason to get out of bed in the morning. It's your personal North Star, guiding your choices and giving your life meaning. It could be caring for your grandkids, volunteering, mastering a new skill, or tending to your garden. For a long time, the link between purpose and health was seen as a nice idea, but now hard science is confirming just how powerful it is. A growing body of research shows a clear link between having a sense of purpose and living a longer, healthier life. One striking study found that people with the highest sense of purpose had a staggering 46% lower risk of dying over a 4-year period compared to those with the lowest sense. Another major study of older adults found that a strong sense of purpose lowered the risk of death from any cause by over 15%. In fact, some researchers think purpose might be an even better predictor of a long life than just being satisfied with your life. You can be content, but without that driving purpose, it's like having a beautiful car with no gas in the tank. You're missing a key ingredient for true vitality. So how does a feeling like purpose actually add years to your life? First, people with a sense of purpose just take better care of themselves. They have a reason to stay healthy. Research shows they're more likely to get preventative health screenings. When you have a why, you're more motivated to handle the how of staying healthy. Biologically, purpose also seems to act as a powerful shield against stress. When you face a setback, a health scare, a loss, your purpose acts as an anchor in a storm, giving you the strength to keep going. This likely translates to lower levels of stress hormones and less inflammation. A sense of purpose is also linked to better brain health, potentially lowering the risk of cognitive decline. If you found that thing, that passion, that responsibility that gives your days meaning, you're not just passing the time. You are actively investing in the quality and the length of your life. You cultivate deep social connections. The fourth crucial sign of healthy aging isn't about how many friends you have, but about the quality of those connections. In an age of endless scrolling and superficial likes, the real health benefits come from genuine relationships. This is one of the most proven pillars of a long and healthy life. The data on this is simply astounding. Having strong social connections can increase your odds of survival by 50%. To put that into perspective, one analysis concluded that being lonely can be more harmful to your health than obesity or smoking. Think of your social circle as a team of spotters at the gym. They are there to catch you when you stumble. When you're socially connected, you're less likely to suffer from a whole range of health problems. Strong social ties are linked to a stronger immune system, lower rates of anxiety and depression, and a sharper mind. One AARP survey found that older adults who felt lonely showed poorer cognitive function just 4 years later. On the other hand, regularly interacting with others is like a workout for your brain, helping to keep it sharp. So, why are these connections so powerful? First, they give you a sense of belonging. Knowing you have people you can count on acts as a powerful buffer against life's stresses. This support helps you build resilience to navigate the challenges that come with age, like grief or illness. Second, your friends can keep you healthy. When you're part of a walking group or a book club, you're more motivated to get out and be active. And third, these connections give you a sense of purpose. Being in a relationship where you both give and receive support reinforces the feeling that you are valued. This means making a real effort to nurture your relationships. It's prioritizing that weekly phone call or joining a club. If you're someone who actively nurtures deep, meaningful connections, you are practicing one of the most important forms of self-care. You are weaving a safety net that protects both your emotional and your physical heart. You have mastered your emotions. The fifth sign is a true mark of wisdom. You've become the master, not the servant, of your emotions. You could call it emotional resilience, and it's a quality that often gets better with age. It's not about becoming cold or bottling up your feelings. It's about understanding, processing, and managing your emotions in a way that leads to stability and peace. Think back to your younger years. Life probably felt more like an emotional roller coaster. A small disagreement could feel like a total disaster. As we age, we build up a huge library of experiences. We've weathered storms before, and we know that we can weather them again. This perspective leads to what experts call greater emotional stability. In fact, research has shown that as people get older, they generally report having more positive emotional well-being. A fascinating finding is that older adults often show more emotional complexity, the ability to feel both happy and sad at the same time. Think of feeling sad about a loss while also feeling grateful for the time you had. That kind of nuance is a hallmark of maturity. This growing mastery is explained by something called socio-emotional selectivity theory. Imagine your life is a museum. When you're young, you try to fill it with everything, every new experience, every new person. But as your time becomes more precious, you become a more discerning curator. You stop collecting indiscriminately and start focusing only on the pieces that bring you the most joy and meaning. This emotional wellness has huge benefits for your physical health. When you're better at managing stress, you lower its toxic impact on your body, which can help prevent high blood pressure and a weak immune system. A positive outlook is directly linked to a lower risk of chronic illness. So if you find that you don't sweat the small stuff anymore, that you can handle setbacks with perspective, and that you navigate conflict with more grace and less drama, you're showing a powerful sign of healthy aging. You've learned that your peace of mind is a precious resource, and you've developed the wisdom to protect it. You are a lifelong learner. The sixth invisible sign is a vibrant, active curiosity. You're a lifelong learner. This has nothing to do with formal degrees. It's about having a mind that is open, engaged, and hungry for new information. It's the impulse that makes you pick up a book on a random topic or try to learn a few words in a new language. This trait is a cornerstone of a healthy brain. For a long time, we thought our brain's ability to change and adapt, called neuroplasticity, was something that only happened in childhood. We now know that's completely false. Your brain is like a dense forest, and your thoughts are paths through it. When you learn something new, you blaze a new trail. The more you use that new skill or knowledge, the wider and clearer that path becomes. When you challenge your brain, especially with something complex, you are literally building a better brain. This process strengthens memory, attention, and problem-solving skills. More importantly, it builds cognitive flexibility, the ability to adapt to new situations. It's the opposite of being stuck in your ways. While this flexibility can decline in older age, research shows that decline is not inevitable. Think of it this way. Just like physical exercise builds up your muscle, mental exercise builds up your brain reserve. A stronger, more connected brain is more resilient against the normal wear and tear of aging, and may be better able to fight off diseases like Alzheimer's. What does this look like in real life? Variety and novelty. While crossword puzzles are fun, the real benefit comes from tackling things that are genuinely new. Learning a musical instrument is a fantastic brain workout. So is learning a new language. The goal isn't to become a master, but just to enjoy the process of blazing those new trails in your mind. If you're someone who stays curious and embraces new things instead of fearing them, you are actively protecting your brain. This zest for learning isn't just keeping you interesting, it's keeping your mind sharp for the long haul. You actively cultivate gratitude. The seventh sign you're aging well is a habit that costs nothing but is worth a fortune. You actively practice gratitude. This isn't just a passing thank you. It's a deliberate shift in perspective. It's like putting on a pair of glasses that helps you see the good in your life, no matter how small. It's the habit of noticing the warmth of the sun or the kindness of a stranger and truly taking it in. This simple practice has profound, scientifically backed benefits. One of the biggest impacts of gratitude is on stress. Practicing gratitude helps lower levels of cortisol, the body's main stress hormone. This leads to lower blood pressure, a stronger immune system, and better sleep. The link to living longer is also becoming clearer. A 2024 study from the Harvard T.H. Chan School of Public Health found that older women who scored highest on measures of gratitude had a 9% lower risk of death from any cause over the next 4 years. A grateful heart, it turns out, is quite literally a healthier heart, as the study saw the biggest effect in reducing deaths from cardiovascular disease. Beyond the physical benefits, gratitude is a powerful tool for emotional resilience. By training your mind to focus on what's positive, you build a buffer against negative emotions. Seniors who practice gratitude report being happier and less depressed. And this isn't just about feeling grateful, it's about actively practicing it. This can be as simple as keeping a gratitude journal. The act of writing it down is like tuning a radio. You consciously adjust the frequency of your thoughts away from the static of negativity and toward the clear signal of what is good in your life. If you've developed the habit of looking for the good, you have tapped into one of the most powerful secrets of well-being. This positive mindset is a form of mental training that rewires your brain and body for a longer, healthier, and more joyful life. You maintain a sense of control. And that brings us to our final invisible sign. You maintain a sense of control over your life. In psychology, this is known as perceived control. Simply put, it's feeling like you're the captain of your own ship. You know you can't control the wind or the waves, but you believe in your ability to steer the vessel through your actions and decisions. It's the absolute opposite of feeling helpless. As people get older, They often face challenges that can threaten this sense of control: physical limits, retirement, or loss. But those who age well find ways to adapt and stay at the helm. This could mean making smart changes to their home to age in place safely, or taking charge of their health by actively managing their own care. The belief that you are in control is incredibly good for your health. The Health and Retirement Study found that people with a higher sense of control had a lower risk of dying. They also had a lower risk of stroke, memory problems, and chronic pain. This sense of control helps in a few ways. People who feel in control are more likely to have healthy habits because they believe their actions actually make a difference. Psychologically, it's a powerful shield against stress, linked to lower rates of depression and higher levels of optimism. Now, it's important to distinguish this from being controlling of other people. A healthy sense of control is internal. It's that quiet confidence that you are capable of navigating your own life. Even when facing new limits, a person with this trait focuses on what they can do, not what they can't. They adapt. They might switch from running to swimming, or learn to use a tablet to stay connected. If you are someone who takes responsibility for your life, makes conscious choices, and feels empowered to shape your own future, you are showing one of the most critical signs of healthy aging. You aren't just a passenger on the journey, you're the navigator. Conclusion. So as you can see, aging well isn't really about fighting off the inevitable. It's about gaining wisdom, resilience, and peace. It's not about waging a war on wrinkles, but about cultivating an inner world that is rich, flexible, and strong. The 8 signs we've talked about today: forgiveness, conscientiousness, purpose, connection, emotional mastery, learning, gratitude, and a sense of control, are all deeply connected. They are the invisible threads that weave together the fabric of a long, healthy, and happy life. These aren't qualities you're just born with. They are skills and mindsets you can build at any age. It's all an internal job. So the next time you look in the mirror, try to look past the surface. Think instead about the solid foundation you've built, the forgiveness you've offered, the deep connections you've nurtured, and the wisdom you've earned. Those are the real markers of beauty, the true signs that you are not just getting older, but getting better. Which of these invisible signs of healthy aging resonated with you the most? Is there one you're already doing, or one you feel inspired to work on in your own life? I'd love to hear your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. Your story might just be the inspiration someone else needs today. And if you found this helpful and want more videos on how to live a long, happy, and meaningful life, please give this video a like and subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much for watching.